to Energia SOI Learning Center. I'm Namita and today we are going to discuss on role of cognitive skill in learning. To help us discuss this, we have experienced psychologists Ms. Alpa and Ms. Ananda. They're going to give us insight on role of cognitive skill in learning. So, welcome. Before we start with today's topic, can you brief us on what is cognition all about?
Sure. Cognition is all about a fundamental brain skills which is required for day-to-day life processes. Like how does an individual takes in the information? How does he process it? How does he memorize it? How does he applies it to a given situation? To give you a simple example over here, when a new concept is taught in the class, how well the child is taking in the information, how he is processing in the information, how well he is memorizing it, and is he able to apply it with the previously learned information or not. So that is all about cognition.
Okay, Alpa. Ms. Ananda, since you all have worked with varied students, can you explain what are the skills required for cognitive development?
There are multiple cognitive skills required for learning. The very first skill is comprehension, which means the ability to understand information. For example, if a teacher is reading a story in a class, is the student able to comprehend the story and answer questions related to it? Let's look at an example. If you look at this picture, what do the different arrows in the picture signify?
So the picture that I see from here, the middle line, the arrow is pointing straight, the left arrow is pointing straight and left, and the right one is pointing right.
Rightly said. If any information is presented to you, how well you are able to understand the meaning of it is nothing but comprehension.
Another important cognitive skill is memory. So here, memory is all about recalling and retaining of information. So for example, if a math sum is given to a child to solve, is he able to apply the previously learned formula to solve the sum or not? There are some students who can pick up a visual information faster. There are some students who can memorize an auditory information faster. Visual information is like pictures, photographs, videos, flowcharts. Yeah. Auditory information is, for example, recalling numbers, following instructions. There are many people who are good at remembering names, which is an auditory information. There are many people who are good at remembering faces, which is a visual information. If there's any gap between this information, the overall performance gets affected.
Right.
Okay. So let us check how well we have developed both the memory, auditory as well as visual. Okay. So I will just give you an example of auditory memory. The viewers can try at home. Namita, you can also try over here. Yeah. So I will be calling out few numbers, and you all have to recall it in sequence once I'm done calling.
Okay.
Okay. So the number is 80, 16, 25, 33, 47.
18, 16, 25, 33 and 47.
Great, very good. Alright. Next is an example of visual memory,
Okay.
wherein I will be showing you one picture on the screen for 20 seconds. After 20 seconds, that picture will be taken away, and you all have to recall what all objects were there in the picture. Namita, again, you can also try.
Okay.
Yeah. So here goes the picture. Can you try, Namita?
Sure. I think it was a scenery of a beach, and there were many children playing on the beach. There was a dog playing with the owner. Okay, and there were colorful umbrellas. And there were 4 seagulls. I counted them.
That's great.
I think that's. And there was a man who was reading a book also.
That was a good try.
Thank you. I have a question to ask here. Is that, like in a school setting, this auditory and visual, is it really developed in all the students?
Not many children has developed this, but we can always develop the skills with the help of learning programs, with the help of skill building programs.
The next cognitive skill is logical thinking and problem solving. Most of us encounter some or the other problems in our day-to-day lives. To bring out the solution to these problems, the skill of logical thinking is essential. For example, if a student is given a mathematical problem, he needs to use facts or formulas to solve the equation. Now that's where his problem solving skills can be seen. Let's take an example of a very famous game called Sudoku. The goal of Sudoku is to fill a 9 into 9 grid with numbers so that each row, column and 3 into 3 section contain all of the digits between 1 and 9. As a logic puzzle, Sudoku is also an excellent brain game.
Let us take our fourth learning skills, which is critical thinking and evaluation. This ability is all about taking decision on a particular solution. To give you all a simple example over here, which mode of transport to choose, which can help us to reach fastest to our destination. Or you have a limited amount of money in your hand and you want to buy 5 things. You can't buy all 5 because there's some limitation. Okay, there's some kind of constraint in mind. So you have to buy either 2 or 3. So there you have to decide what is more important for you right now to buy. Okay, in the student's life also this is very important because say for example in the examination they are asked 6 questions in a question paper and they have to choose any 4 to write an answer. So there they have to decide which answers will get them more marks, which questions they are well versed with and they can improve in their percentage by writing those answers. So that's all about critical thinking.
After looking into 4 cognitive skills, let us now discuss creativity. The creativity refers to an ability to be flexible and adaptable as situation changes. People with creativity are good with thinking out of the box and being resourceful. Creativity is not just fine arts or performing arts, but it's also working on multiple solutions to a single problem. Creativity is like a wild mind with a disciplined eye. For example, in a craft class, if a student is instructed to make something, so most of the students would make something that like whatever they have been taught earlier, or whatever they have been instructed to do. Some students will come up with new styles, techniques, and new ideas. So that's the example of creativity. Creativity is as simple as coming up with new solution or new ideas to solve anything or to perform a task. Creativity, let me give you another simple example, Nimita, if you want to try that. Can you come up with multiple uses of a water bottle, a bottle, toothbrush, or a cup?
Alright. When you say this, it comes to my mind whenever we got a bottle, okay? The teachers or the parents always used to say, just crush it when you're done, right? But now if you see, they keep the bottles, they cut it into half and they make it a pencil stand. Like the same way the brush, okay? So the brush we use it as a normal toothbrush, and then after that we use it for paint brush, like a paintbrush, or to dye your hair also.
Or spray painting is
And
also used.
Yes, and spray painting is also used.
Yes.
So I think there are various ways of using certain things that we thought that could not be used otherwise.
True.
Yeah. So Ananta, I want to know that now that you have given us knowledge about all these 5 skills, so how do we increase this ability to an optimal level?
Yes, Nimita. To raise any skill to an optimum level, we need to train the child to develop those skills.
Okay.
Now, how do we do that? So this training happens through rigorous practice of cognitive abilities, cognitive activities.
Right.
Now, these activities are part of SOI program. SOI stands stands for structure of intellect.
Mhm.
To give you all a gist of it, this is developed and researched by a psychologist called Mary Meeker.
Okay.
It is based on the theory of J.B. Guilford to stimulate an individual's cognitive process.
Right. Okay. So this sounds very interesting, and I think viewers, you should definitely log on to the site www.energiasoi.com, or you can contact Energia SOI on 022 4906 9999. Thank you.